Hey everybody, welcome back to Super Comic Fun Times. Something's in the box. Here's your hastily drawn cartoon, and you probably know from the title that this is supposed to be Doctor Strange. I took a little more time with the hastily drawn cartoon for this episode, and then I used a pencil and then I traced over with marker, and you can tell it was still hasty because I did not cover those lines there. And whatever, let's go ahead. I've had this one for a while, knowing I was going to launch this channel as late as a year ago. This came earlier this year. Oh, I'm being attacked by the ums again. We know what we got to do. Let's get those out. Okay, so let's see what's in this box. Like I was saying, I knew I was going to start this channel, and so I ordered some things. I've got at least one other box that I haven't opened yet that I got earlier this year. And it is just that I knew I wanted to do this channel, and I knew I wanted to talk about omnibuses. When I was a kid, I could not imagine waiting for... I loved the floppies. I didn't mind the ads. I think there was some discussion maybe in the early 80s that they would be going away from single issues, and they would just have these kind of like collected editions. There'd be no ads. They'd be a little more expensive. And to me that was like, I don't mind the ads. But now it's not that I mind the ads. Like, I like looking at the ads in the old books that I look at. So here we are. This last year, of course, the big fall movie was Doctor Strange, and so this was the omnibus that they had on sale. Now, it came out sometime after after the movie. The movie isn't my favorite. I mean to watch it again. It's on Netflix. I think when I went to see the movie, I went with other people. We went late. I like to arrive at the movie early, and then you can take care of any issues that arise. But my friends were like, it's like 5 minutes away. They show 20 minutes of... And so I was off-put to begin with, and then I wanted to go see it in IMAX, but this was supposed to be some super screen, and it really was not that great. They were expensive tickets for whatever they called their super screen, and we have a very nice IMAX theater in town, and I think I would have enjoyed it more in IMAX. But be that as it may, it wasn't terrible. I would have liked if they just dispensed with the origin story, or just referred to it lightly and had Nightmare as the enemy, because that's how it was in the comic books. But not just because of that. Sometimes you just want to hit the ground running and explain things as you go. One thing I enjoy about Joe Straczynski, Joe Michael Straczynski, the creator of Babylon 5, he's not afraid to do that. Now, he's had trouble with, working in television and stuff like that. Let's go ahead. We got to remember, that's a very nice spine. I really like the artwork there. Doctor Strange looks a little weird there, but that's okay. Then here we have the collection of issues this comprises. The master of the mystic art stars in one of his most spellbinding series. Now, I was a big fan of Doctor Strange when I was a kid. It's because in the late 70s, Marvel started putting out these books that were like little faucet paperbacks that contained back issues. Like, you could get the Fantastic Four, you could get Spider-Man, which I think started out in Amazing Fantasy, and you could get Doctor Strange, which was it Strange Tales? I think it was Strange Tales. So that's pretty good artwork. That's the same though as on the jacket cover. Let's see if there's anything else on the... It looks like, ooh, there we go. There we get something different. That's kind of cool too. I always liked how they depicted the interdimensional worlds. There's like something beyond our mind and our three-dimensional comprehension, and so I just like the way they did it in the comic books, the astral plane and whatnot. So there's Clea. She's like wearing modern day sweatpants, and she was wearing those way back in the 70s at least. So here we go. Writers: Peter B. Gillis, Roy Thomas, Dan Thomas, R.J.M. Lossifer, Fabian Nicieza, and Howard Mackey. Pencilers: Richard Case, Jackson Goose, Jeff Isherwood, Gene Colan, Jim Lim, Chris Marinen, Javier Solitaires, Dan Lawless, with Tom Sutton, David Day, Dan Day, Jim Valentino, Lee Weeks, Tony DeZongia, and Larry Alexander. And a cast of about 30 or 40 more. So, yeah, anyways, I got like a lot of information. And when Doctor Strange started, they didn't do the origin story for like 3 or 4 months. They just started with Nightmare, and they just had... They threw him into the story, and I think that's okay to do. Now, they didn't have to do it with Doctor Strange just because that's how the comic book started, but it would be nice if they did one of these Marvel movies where they're introducing a new character, and they just throw you into the action, and you have to figure things out a little bit later. And it doesn't have to be all artistic like that movie that the Batman director did. There's the So yeah, here we go. You got Doctor Strange standing on the shore and calling up Cthulhu or something. Oh, looks like he's dead. So, ooh, that's very cool. You just, it's like a surprise. I wonder what year these were done. I think I looked it up when I first got the book, but I did, as with all my videos, I did virtually zero preparation except for Omnibus Report, where I normally do a little more research. Doctor Strange Sorcerer Supreme, Volume 1. First printing, 2017. So, yeah, I'm not sure what year these take place, but let's just flip through. So, I have no idea. One thing I like about Doctor Strange is a lot of times you have no idea what's going on. You just have all this crazy artwork. Astral Body, Eye of Agamotto. Looks like... I'm not sure if the eyes, yeah, that's how I think it worked. It's like it's closed, opening, and when it gets to his forehead, his third eye is totally open. He's wearing an eye patch in the astral realm. So I have no idea what's going on in this story, but, or, you know, when this volume was going on. But Stan Lee presents Peter B. Gillis. This is very, very cool. The Unbearable Lightness of Being. That was a movie around 1988. I never saw it. If you're a fan of Elf, there was an episode of Elf where the daughter was dating an older guy, and he took her to that movie, and the Tanners were kind of bummed out. Let's see, here you got a rat. Inside a kind of mystic circle. Here we got frogs looking. Boy, this is weird. Quiet. Very interesting. This is going to be a fun book to read. I'm not going to get to this one for a while. I am well into Thor, the Walt Simonson run, and that turns out to be a second printing. I didn't realize that. Normally on Amazon they tell you these things. When I bought Age of Apocalypse a year or two ago, it said new printing. In this case, it didn't. I thought it was a brand new one. When I was flipping through it for you guys, it said 2011 on the page that Walt Simonson wrote. I just assumed there had been smaller collected editions, because that's how the Swamp Thing run was. There were all these, there were all of these introductions by people like Neil Gaiman and stuff like that from earlier print editions, and I thought that's what was going on there. So, but it turns out that the Walt Simonson Thor Omnibus is a second printing. So yeah, he looks like Nick Fury now. I know, like in the in the Iron Man run right after Secret War 2015, there's Baron Mordo. Yeah, I like that. I just like... Teeth are very hard. When I'm teaching myself to draw, I get teeth wrong a lot, and so I'm kind of just looking at that now. I have not had time to draw in a while, except for my little hastily drawn cartoons that I do for you guys at the beginning to hide my address on the Amazon boxes. Wow, I just love this. I love this art. Here we got some cartoony insect. It looks like it might be a Alice in Wonderland type thing. So here his hair is just really wild on the side. That probably is like why it is this way on the spine. So this is a whole era of Doctor Strange I know nothing about. My understanding was that the book was canceled while I was reading it, but then it seems like there were other issues that came out after I thought it was canceled. Wizard of Oz, you got the house lifting up. Oops, there's the garage door, so I am going to rush through it. Oh, this book looks awesome, guys. This is huge. I will have to figure out how many pages this is, and I'll put it on my blog page. And wow, this just looks very, very awesome. Very, very awesome. Of course, you know, this is in a TV studio, so people can interrupt us. That looks awesome too. So we'll bring this video to a close really quick. Remember to hit the thumbs up button, like, subscribe, and share. I love you guys. Keep reading comics. Talk to you later.